Okay, so Mish, did you know that I'm planning to do 100 videos between now and my next birthday?
100 videos?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Well, now you know.
that. That's amazing.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I'm because I realized that it's every once in a while there are these like insights that are really powerful, like the one that we had today, and that hopefully we'll talk about in a minute. And it's really worth capturing, and I think people can really benefit from it. Today I was watching a video that was that I recorded in 2019 after I saw June. It was super powerful. I'll let you listen to it. And it's really all about signaling to the universe. Like basically June had said all these things in the reading that I got from her. And she's like, yeah, I see you doing this and this. And I was like, well, how do I get started with that? And she said, well, sometimes you just have to say it out loud that you're ready. Like say it. She said, say it, Jason. I was like, I'm ready. She's like, well, say it, project it out. I'm ready.
She made you do that at Whole Foods.
Was that at Whole Foods?
Yeah.
Funny, I was at Whole Foods just now.
Yeah, she was like.
Which Whole Foods were we at?
The one on Fairfax. The big one.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
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 And then like
she's like, state it out loud. I remember that. Yeah, that's from that was 2019. I just saw that video today.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Anyway, so what I'm really doing by creating these videos is I'm putting myself out there. I'm telling the universe that I have this like internal desire to share these ideas that I'm so inspired by, and I'm so curious about, and just kind of follow that path. And I feel like there's a lot of really special things that come out. So anyway, this is our first video together.
Welcome.
Welcome to our
podcast
channel.
Welcome to my channel.
Welcome to our podcast. Okay, so that's like the worst. You're not ever supposed to say that, but here we are.
Welcome to my channel.
So
why are you not supposed to say that?
I don't know. They say don't do this, do this. Everyone has opinions about what you're supposed to do.
I love saying welcome back to my channel, everybody.
But then I feel like
welcome back to my channel, everybody.
But at the core of it, like if we can manage to like be authentic and be who we really are, then it doesn't matter what we say or do.
Yeah, that's true.
So what was it today that we were talking about? So we had a pretty cool thing happen just now. Reflecting magic back into our life, or was our phones listening to us? Could have been either, but I felt like
no, that was sent from a while ago. Somebody sent it. I was just going to check.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Somebody sent me that video.
From Sonia Choquette as well?
No, Sonia Choquette was today. It was her
post. That was just random.
That was random. That's her post today.
Like serendipity.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was two concepts that we were talking about throughout the day today as we were writing an email to your list, to your people. And then there was another concept that we were talking about because we are loving the power of homeschooling. And that really goes back to the power of curiosity and the power of what I think education really is about, like following that curiosity that's inside us and developing that and learning and becoming more. The theme, like my core inspiration for like now is about alignment. It's about, what happens when we really are able to align with what's important to us and with the true part of ourselves that, we know is that we know it's always been with us, and we know that when we connect to it and when we do things related to it, it feels so full and so good, right? And I think that when we're able to come from that place and say to the universe, I'm ready, then I think, and even when we just say other things from that place, I think that it's
true, the universe hears you. Like when I started doing readings, and then I would have a lull period. It was because it was too much for me. But then I would have a conversation with the universe, and I would say, I'm ready, you can send me people. And then next day, like 3 people.
That's interesting.
4 people, 5 people. Everybody wants a reading.
That's interesting. So yeah, I mean, and so that and I guess what's interesting is that sometimes there's alignment in some areas and not alignment in other areas. Like, so today, like I felt real deep alignment in these inspirations, right? But then like my couple business meetings were like, wah, 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 and really didn't feel aligned.
Yeah.
Felt really disappointing, actually. But I think the disappointment was because I was seeking an energy that was outside of what I consider or what my real alignment is. And I was looking for something external, which, when I think about the business meetings and the value that I was adding in those meetings, I actually really think that it was quite aligned. But then I just think that the people that I was working with weren't really on that same level of alignment.
Mhm.
But then when it came to like close the deal and they weren't ready, I felt disappointed because that's when I went out of my alignment, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that just, the inspiration that I can connect with at this moment is just to like ask myself, well, where is my alignment? Like, for example, for the rest of the day, like what to me is aligned? What to me feels good? What to me is moving in the right direction of like the power of who I really am, right? Instead of, doing things because my brain says so. So it was a perfect example this morning. It's like when I was in this group call that I'm in that I love so much, and I do these on Wednesdays, and it's full of like super cool people, and like these are really aligned people.
Yeah.
And I find it very inspiring, right? These people that really are on the same wavelength as me.
Yeah.
And I was, but I also knew that I had to prepare for this client call, right? And so what I did, and I think you heard me, I was at my desk, I kept saying to myself, I need to be in this call. So I had the call playing on a quiet volume, and it kept distracting me from like the research preparation I thought I was supposed to be doing. And I kept saying to myself, did you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Kept saying, I need to be in this call. I need to be in this call. Crap, I'm just going to turn down the volume so it doesn't distract me.
Yeah.
Right. And so like I do all this actually really, things started to really come together for this client call, which was cool. And it is cool for if this client ever gets ready. But at the same time, when I got on the client call, like actually they weren't ready. Right. They weren't ready. So it's like what I realized is that calling to me, when I felt called to be on the call, I was like, I need to be on that call. I should have listened to what I
Right.
should have listened. There's a reason why I had that calling.
Right.
I was actually hearing, like I was being guided,
Right.
but like my brain told me I should be doing something else. So what's your?
That was like today when like we were talking and I left my phone in the bathroom and Hannah's mom came to pick her up.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, hold that thought. I need to go get my phone. And right when I've had it in my hand, she's like, I'm here. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that was crazy.
so it's interesting because the messages are coming in a way that we don't anticipate them.
Well, you don't, but you have to pay attention. You have to listen. You just have to trust your first hit, your first instinct.
Yeah, and what's funny is that like I'm a really good talker,
I'm not.
right? And I'm like in my head and I have things all
Funny.
figured out, right? So like
Yeah.
you look to me for like, oh, what are we supposed to do here? But then when it comes to like guidance, like we go to you. Like, you're the one that gets the guidance, right?
Yeah.
The other day,
Yeah, we're still there. The computer asked us if we're still here.
The other day when you came to me with that test, that intuition test.
Oh yeah.
I was so
distracted.
But
that's probably why you got it.
That I nailed it. Like I literally, you asked me an intuitive question and I got the exact answer. When I said some kind of a cat, I thought it was a cheetah or a tiger.
Yeah.
Turned out it was a tiger.
Yeah.
But that was so not my brain. It was like,
yeah, but that's
so
exactly when it all happens, when you're not thinking.
And that's really tricky because like I was super distracted.
I didn't even get it. I was looking at the patterns on the front of the card, trying to figure out what it could be. I didn't even get it. So I was impressed.
Yeah. So what would you say is your download for this, for purposes of this kind of idea of getting messages? Like what can we do to get more messages in our life and be better and be guided, more, regularly? Because today I was guided, but I guess I didn't even realize I was being guided until hindsight.
Right. Well, first of all, when you get a message, don't ignore it. Like pay attention like to what that message was. Pay attention to how you got the message.
For example.
Like today, you had, I don't know if it was a voice in your head or something that told you.
It was a feeling. I felt I wanted to be on that call.
Yeah. but then you ignored your feeling because your logic got in the way and said, but I have this to do and I have to take care of this.
Yeah, because I premeditated this idea of what I thought I should be doing.
Yeah, what you should be doing. And that's the thing. Everything that you should be doing is what you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
So
Well,
this is our dog.
but what we should be doing is making is premeditating to be open to the guidance when it comes.
Yeah. You have to be open to it. And just listening, because actually when I told you hold that thought and need to go get my phone,
Right.
you were in the middle of a big thought.
Right.
But I didn't want to interrupt you. But then I had two voices. One said, "Well, just wait till we're done."
Interesting.
And the other voice said,
and you followed. How did you know to follow that?
I just heard a voice that just go get your phone.
So you've developed, you're tuned in. So when that voice comes, you know to listen.
Yeah.
See, that's interesting.
Because I had my logical voice thinking that you would get upset that I interrupted you in the middle.
Yeah.
And that I needed to wait till you were done with the thought to go get the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's, I mean, so it's a question of developing that ability to tune in or tuning in and be.
Yeah, because I literally heard the voice, go get your phone right now.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you get voices.
Yeah.
See, I rarely get voices. It's cool when I do, but I don't know if it's that I just don't get them or if I rarely tune in on that level.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So anyway, the power of, this I guess that's kind of what you're like doing in your work, is helping people tap into like this other dimension of like, of decision making, of guidance, of connecting, right?
Yeah. Because a lot of us don't know like how to make decisions because we're so like in our heads. Don't know what to do next. But if we quiet the mind, you're gonna hear your answers. You're gonna know which way to turn. You're gonna know what to do.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What happens if when I quiet my mind, nothing happens?
Well, don't try too hard to get an answer.
And so
so ask the question and sit with it, and then later, when you're quiet again, maybe before you go to bed, ask the guides to show you or to tell you, to see if they have an answer.
So you ask the question, you let go a little bit.
You have to let go.
You let go, and then you come back to it when you're ready to ask.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions,
the only times you don't hear it is when your mind is too busy. You're not gonna get any answers. So people say, but I ask my guides, and I don't get any answers.
Interesting. So when we ask and let go and then we don't get it, it's probably because our mind is still wrapped.
Your mind is trying so hard to get the answer. You're not allowing space for anything to come in.
And it's actually, so it's like not even a certain aspect of the mind, because my mind was my quote unquote mind was working on this preparation for my call.
Yeah.
It wasn't really my mind. It was my brain.
Your brain.
Or my own agenda.
Yeah.
That was like my agenda, not necessarily the bigger picture.
Your logic told you that it was the thing to do.
So what's the conclusion for today?
That we love you.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm sure that it's above my head, but okay, I'll go with it.
And
I don't understand how that connects to this, but I know it does.
But because everything's about love.
I know. I just don't really get that.
Okay, everything's about love.
Okay.
You should remember that, actually.
I know, I get it.
This is why you're doing this, because you love this. You love people. Yeah. You want to help people.
I love the divine aspect of our world and our reality, and how it connects us all and how it's so magical.
Yeah, and that's actually what the conclusion was, actually. Because today we went for a walk and we're talking about these things. We're having 2 deep conversations. And then I go on Instagram, as I do, because it's fun.
Uh-huh.
And I actually was looking at these messages that people had sent me that I'd never even opened. And they were exactly what we were talking about. Like today. 2 different exact
2 different random
posts.
Yeah, topics that were really specific.
Yeah, like specific and really random.
Yeah, and like super specific and super strong it was a super strong like perspective and angle that
Yes.
we were taking on these
And this
issues.
kind of like confirmed that what we were feeling about
That's
it
right.
was right.
Yeah.
So messages from the universe can come through Instagram.
All right, sending all of our
Amor.
okay.